Calling to order a regular meeting of the Wheeling Plan Commission for Wednesday, March 23rd, 2022. Please stand for the pledge. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Commissioner Blanova.
Here.
Commissioner Berkey.
Here.
Commissioner Sprague is here. Commissioner Heiken.
Here.
Chairman Johnson.
Here.
And Commissioner Riles will give a few.
Is not here yet.
Okay.
Ms. Nyes, any changes to the agenda?
No changes.
All right, moving on to citizens' concerns and comments. If we have any.
No one's signed up, no.
It's empty. Okay, we have no consent items, so we'll move right on to docket number 2021-27, major site plan for building addition for Masters Countertops, 363 Alice Street. This docket's been here a few times. What's the status, Ms. Nyes?
Yes, so we recommend that it be tabled, and it will come back to the Plan Commission with the petitioner's request for a variation, parking variation. They did just recently on Monday submit that application for a variation and also some additional information that was requested for the site plan. So because this didn't require a public notice, we would just like to table it, and when they're ready to come back for the public notice with the variance, it'll all come back together. So this is the best way to do it.
All right. Wait till Commissioner Riles gets settled in. And I would entertain a motion to table docket 2021-27.
So moved.
Second. That was Commissioner Berkey.
Yes.
Commissioner Berkey.
Yes.
Commissioner Sprague is a yes. Commissioner Blanova.
Yes.
Commissioner Heiken.
Yes.
Commissioner Riles.
Yes.
Chairman Johnson.
Yes. All right. Docket 2022-03, special use to permit assembly use for Yanni Design Studio, 97 Marquardt. Mr. Secretary.
A petition for Yanni Eliash, property owner with Yanni Design Studio, seeking special use approval as required in Chapter 19.10, use regulations and associated sections in order to permit an assembly use in the I-3 General Industrial Zoning District for the property located at 97 Marquardt Drive. A special use as defined in the zoning code is a use of parcel of land that requires review and consideration before approval due to the potential for negative impacts on surrounding properties. In order to be considered for a special use, the petitioner is required to demonstrate through testimony to the Plan Commission at a public hearing that the request meets the standards of the village code, including but not limited to how the proposed use will not damage the enjoyment or use of the surrounding properties. Prior to the public hearing, the petitioner provides written statements meant to show that the request meets the standards for special use as established in Title 19. The Commission chairperson will typically direct that these statements be entered into the record without a full reading of them at the hearing. Based upon the testimony and supporting materials submitted, the Plan Commission will make findings in support of or against the petitioner's testimony and report those findings to the village board.
Thank you. Ms. Nyes, anything?
Yes, I'm just going to review how we got here. So at the February 23rd Plan Commission meeting, this docket was up and was continued to the March 9th Plan Commission meeting because the text amendment associated with this docket to permit the assembly uses in the I-3 zoning district did not receive enough positive votes from the Plan Commission, so it was determined that we would hold this one. So following the Plan Commission's denial recommendation, it went to the village board where it was ultimately passed. So now we've allowed the petitioner's special use to proceed to the Plan Commission. Prior to the March 9th Plan Commission meeting, the petitioner requested a continuance of this item to allow additional time to update their proposal. And then the staff report has been revised to reflect the changes in the petitioner's initial proposal, which includes the main items are the following. The assembly hall space was previously shown as 2 separate showrooms and is now just been limited to the northeast corner with shown in red on the screen here, which is approximately 9,225 square feet of the building. The total capacity was initially proposed at 150 individuals, and the current project description letter has an event attendance of up to 300 people. And the occurrence of events was initially proposed as Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and it's now proposed to be Monday through Friday after business hours, weekends, and holidays. So again, the petition is to permit an assembly use at the petitioner's address or business at 97 Marquardt Drive. This business is Yanni Design Studio, and it's currently an event design firm that includes the fabrication of event pieces. And he would like to use this assembly use to rent out a portion of his business for private events, an assembly hall space. The updated project description letter, again, talks about 300 people. And in our report, we talk about how there's 100 off-street parking spaces. All off-street parking has to be accommodated for in his parking lot. It cannot be accommodated for off-street or in somebody else's parking lot. So that's how we've limited it to 300 people. There's 100 parking spaces, so they can have 300 people, but that includes all, anybody working there, any wait staff, anybody working there, 300 people in the building, not just attendees. So the text amendment that was proposed by the applicant had a couple items that go with it to make sure they fall within the limitations. So these are in this table in our staff report, the 3 limitations are that there's a minimum building size, a requirement that this assembly use has to be accessory to the principal business on the lot, which this assembly showroom area, or assembly hall and showroom is shown as 9,225 square feet, which is approximately 16% of the building. So that is accessory to the business, the main business. And affiliated with the principal business. So the main business is Yanni Design Studio, and this is affiliated with that. So in order to ensure that this new assembly use operates within these above limitations, the staff has come up with 7 conditions. So I don't know if you want me to read them now or later.
We can hold off on those, I think,
Okay.
because there may be more.
Okay. And that is all I have.
All right. Need to swear you in, sir? Raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you're giving tonight to be the truth?
Yes.
State your name and business address for the record, please.
My name is Yanni Elyash, and business address is 97 Marquardt Drive in Wheeling, Illinois.
Okay. Did you have a presentation for us?
Basically, my presentation is pretty much the same that I did last time, which is explaining to you guys how important for my business to have that additional place, and how I think important that for Village of Wheeling to bring more income, more working spaces, opportunity to bring more people, and a couple new things. Year later, I talked to management of Westin Hotel. They are super happy with me opening that facility because they will be able to accommodate my clients with their facility in their hotel, and also we are going with them as soon as we'll finalize everything in a partnership, so they will be able to provide food and beverages for my event, just to protect myself, I actually talked to my neighbors, and I have a letter from one neighbor right across that also they are a plumbing company, and they are super happy with me opening facility, because what they need is more traffic on the street, more people driving on our street, more people see their name, more business potentially come to them. And as I mentioned before, what I think I will bring a nice new stream to village of Wheeling for new young adults, for new guests, for new people to come over and realize that it's not only in downtown people have what we offer for them here, that they have it over here in streets of our village.
Okay.
And again, it's extremely important for my business. After suffering of the COVID and everything else, I need that extra income.
All right. This is a public hearing. Is there anyone in the audience that came to speak on this? Okay, seeing no one, we'll go to the commission then. Let's start with Commissioner Heiken.
Good evening, how are you?
I have this.
My question is fairly simple. It's in regards to the liquor licenses. So you said you're going to be using Weston exclusively, or you'll have other people coming in?
No, Western not going to be inclusively, and again, that's one of the conditions that we have, that all the company that will be, first of all, I'm not going to have my liquor license. I'm not going to serve liquor, I don't know how to do that. But I will be allowed to bring over there company, catering company, who will be registered with Wheeling, and they will be able to serve liquor and food.
Okay.
But Weston will be one of them, but not exclusive. I cannot give my clients, I have to give my clients opportunity to find somebody who will be suitable for their needs.
So will the license be per event, or will it just be the village has the license on file? Or?
No, it's per event.
Okay.
Each event will need to have its own health permit if they have food and liquor.
Could you move the microphone a little closer to you?
I'm sorry.
And then my last question, your events will be now on Monday through Friday after 6 p.m., Saturday, Sundays, and holidays. How late do those run? Are you limited on that?
Again, I'm learning about the business as we go. Normal, let's say if it's wedding event, it's normally start at like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock on Saturdays. I rarely see that wedding go past like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. I mean, normal human can eat, dance, and celebrate for 6 hours. I don't think we will be going much longer than that.
Okay, yeah, that's all I have. Thank you.
Commissioner Berkey.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just one question. Will you, being that there's going to be a maximum of 300 people, which is a hard cap, do you have a way to ensure that that the turnout doesn't exceed that 300 minimum?
The actual capacity of that room, if I will put a round regular guest table for a regular dinner, I don't think I can do more than 22, 23, and a maximum 24 tables, so it's like 240 people. But lately, rumor that I'm opening that facility spread around, and I start to receive a lot of requests from organizations like a churches, like a synagogue, to rent that space for high holidays, for prayers and everything else. Then we're not gonna have a tables, it's gonna be just chairs set up and a speaker or something. Then I can put over there up to like 300 people. If turn around, I'll probably recommend for any event that will be having more than 150 guests, I will recommend the valet parking.
Okay.
So we'll have like a professional valets to park the cars, and it shouldn't be any problem with that.
Okay. That's all I had. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Go to the other end. Commissioner Riles.
Yeah, thank you so much. Just a quick question, and forgive me. Initially, were you looking just for weekends to have special events initially?
Yes, initially my idea was that I can do events such as wedding in my facility, which will be usually on Saturday and Sunday. Then I realized that we do a lot of events on holidays, like 4th of July will probably fall us like on Tuesday, Wednesday. Christmas, New Year, even some other holidays will fall on different days. So that's why I ask for holidays. And again, as I mentioned, we do start to have requests from a group to rent that facility for different type of social gathering together, like meetings and on and on. That's why I wanted to be able to explore that business for evening rental. Like, for example, if any church want to have any type of the meeting and the size of the church is not allow them to have that many people in their facility, they will be able to rent me for a very reasonable prices and bring people and, I don't know, sit, talk, pray, whatever they need to do.
Okay, so basically, yeah, from 52 weeks, right, weekends, blah, to basically 365 days, you want to be able to operate on any given day, Monday through Friday, from 6 till whatever that closing time is, and then, of course, Saturday and Sunday. I was just curious, and maybe the demand has been that great since the last time we had an opportunity to see you, but how did it change from just the weekends to basically 365 days out of the year you'll be available to accommodate clients?
Once again, I don't think I will have 365 events.
But to give you, I mean,
Yeah.
you want to be able to, at any day, if someone comes to you, hey, Tuesday, I can do something Thursday. I was just curious as how that, the numbers changed, that all year round, you want to have the ability and the flexibility to accommodate people.
The more that I talk to my client, the more that I talk to clients of course, Yanni Design Studio and introduce to them potential idea of soon I maybe will have ability to serve you guys in my venue, the more people give me idea, oh, why don't you do that? Why don't you do that? And again, I was approached by the rabbi of my synagogue and they say, wow, we can do like almost every day they have some kind of prayers. So, and the synagogue that I go to serve about like 50 people, so it's just a small free synagogue. But sometimes they have more than 100 people who would like to participate in certain big holidays. And for that they will come over. And I wanted to give them limitations. So yes, if the holidays will come on a Wednesday, why not to let people to come over and pray on Wednesday? In the same time, it's going to be some group of the people who would like just to get together and talk, like a social places.
Okay.
And again, yeah, I would like to have that place busy 350 days a year. I would like to have that extra income. But I have a lot of owners of the banquet halls and hotels, and I talk to them. I mean, the business is not that great.
No, I understand, but that's what led to my question as to, from weekends now to, more or less 7 days a week throughout the entire year.
But to have opportunity to offer that
Sure.
on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and to have opportunity to make some extra income, why not?
I understand. Thank you.
Look, thank you for your
Thank you.
question. Thank you very much.
Commissioner Blanova.
No questions, thank you.
Commissioner Sprague.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good evening.
Hi, Mike.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Nice to be back.
First question, Marcy, can parking spill out onto is there parking allowed on the street over there?
There is parking allowed on one side of the street. Well, I mean, we can't control people from parking there, but you can't use that to fulfill your parking requirement.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Nemec, is there enough emergency exits to accommodate 300 people there?
Yes, there is, so according to the code, he would only need to have 2 exits for up to 500 people. He actually has 3.
Okay.
And there are other doors that could be exits if we need it, but he doesn't need it.
All right, great, thank you. And then the only other thing I have for you is I noticed the parking lot is in dire need of some striping. Do you have any future plans on striping your parking lot, seeing that you may be using all 100 spaces?
I definitely have plans to fix my parking lot as soon as I will start to have money coming back, guys. My business was closed for 2 years. That was really tough. Yes, we are fortunate that the season is back. People start to get married again. We do have more and more requests for my main business. The income starts to come back to me. I really hope that by the summertime I will be able to recoup some of that and invest some money into fixing that spot. As you know, I bought that building 1 week before the COVID started. Yeah, I invest a little money on remodeling that place. One step at a time. One step at a time. But again, as I mentioned, most of my events we will recommend/insist valet parking. And then all the cars will be parked by the professionals.
Thank you.
Sure.
That's all I
Thank
have.
you, Mike, for your questions.
Okay, and it's me. Any other comments, Mr. Nemec, from fire inspection?
When Yanni bought the building, he did install a new fire alarm system, and so that space is fully covered, it's a fully sprinklered building, so as far as life safety is concerned, he's in good shape.
Okay. I've done some digging around online, and there's a site called partyslate.com.
Yep.
That advertises your facility can handle 300 to 350, standing room 350. And you can do indoor and outdoor events with cocktails outside. I believe that is not part of the plan, Marcy?
That's correct.
So, and plus, they have the wrong address. They're showing 1239 Peterson. So, it's very confusing why you have two different addresses involved in this.
Let me answer one question at a time.
Okay.
When I bought this building has 4 different addresses because it was split into 4 different businesses. Right now, the whole building is one business, and 1239 Peterson Drive. It's much easier than 95, 97, 91 Marquardt. Honestly, I don't even sure if I can spell Marquardt. So
Right,
that's why-
unfortunately, there's no entrance off Peterson, and so the actual building address, even as shown on the plat, is 97 Marquardt. So that's the actual legal address, and that's the address that'll have to be used.
Yeah, unfortunately, the brides are going to have to put that on their invitations.
So that'll be addressed in your business license.
That's easy fix. Yeah. And you mentioned that you was digging about advertisement. The thing is, my staff was so excited when we decided to do event space over there. They start to advertise everywhere, and you had the same question a couple months ago in the same meeting. As I mentioned to you, all of that will be fixed. I just didn't touch any of my advertisement until I'll have permission of do what I want to do, and then we actually planning to do like a massive advertising of that place with all correct numbers.
Okay. What about the outdoor space use?
I have the outdoor space, and yes, pretty much people still smoke cigarettes, and they will be able to go outside, and people will be able probably to just walk outside during of the event. We did have that conversation. Yes, we will try to limit people from having, I mean, not try to limit, we're not going to have events outside. We're not going to do tables outside. We're not going to have bar outside. But if people would want to come out outside, we will not stop them. But again, we would, you probably have my permit. I did a beautiful garden outside. My wife is planting a lot of flowers over here. We'll probably do some nice area for people to sit down and maybe socialize and smoke a cigarette. But again, it's not going to be event. It's going to be just additional extension space.
All right. Now, looking at the floor plan, yeah, that's up there. The main entrance for the wedding venue is right in the corner, correct?
That corner, yes.
Right now, there's no markings on the outside.
It's will be.
But I was curious as to where the people that are catering this, where do they prepare anything? They're not cooking, I realize that, but it looks like they would have to come in that entrance and put the food right on the tables.
Not exactly. Do you see loading dock?
Yeah?
That's where they will be able to bring their trucks. I do work with a lot of catering company on my other events. Most of the time, these people pretty much serve from the trucks. So it's 2 trucks. One of them is a cooler, one of them with props, and then I have a little landing area on front of the loading dock. So they will be able to just bring pieces from trucks to the actual tables. And it is on the bottom left corner. It's hard to see that on a floor plan, but it's like an entrance door and it's like a garage door, which is like 10 by 10 feet. So it will be very easy for a catering company to serve from there.
Okay.
Again, look on that red square, bottom left corner. That's the little garage door.
Okay. Next to the regular door.
Where you see like a little setting of a lounge furniture.
Yeah.
That's where we have the garage door. But again, it is my showroom, so the design change all the time. Every time my designers come some new ideas, or every time we build new props, we install them, so they're just moving around the showroom.
Okay.
So every time you'll come to my showroom, you will see something new.
Currently, you have some unapproved signs on the property?
Yep, that was temporary site. First of all, for my main sign, which is to a Yanni Design Studio, I sent the permit. I'm not sure if I approved, not approved, but Marcy, do you have?
It's just on hold until this goes through.
Okay, yeah, and as soon as I will have approval to do the venue, then I will design sign that will have canvas name and everything else, and I will send it for approval. I hope I will be approved, and I will build the sign over there too.
But in the meantime, you've got signs that weren't approved, right? You had
Right, the
directional
temporary
signs.
signs were supposed to be removed.
The temporary sign, oops, they will be removed tomorrow.
Okay. Is there enough lighting in your parking area? I haven't been there in the dark.
I install LED light pretty much every like 25, 30 feet. I have a LED light pointed on
Okay.
parking area, yes.
Yeah, I guess I can see that. So you'll have to come back to us for whatever signage that you want to improve?
Not for the wall sign.
I'm sorry?
Not,
He won't have to come back for a wall sign.
okay,
And I don't think he has room for a monument sign.
on the front of the building, you mean?
Right, and I guess I was confused because it was on the northeast side of the building when I first saw it. And now it was moved to the back of the building.
Actually, Marcy, you missed it. I had 2 temporary signs, which I installed over there. As soon as I bought this building, I put 2 temporary signs.
No, the actual sign, that's
On the wall?
your actual sign. It was initially on the, closer to the north
Yanni Design
side.
Studio, you mean
Yeah,
the deleted sign?
yeah, it was
Yes.
normally on the north side.
It was on the
I mean, the
corner.
northeast side, yeah. That's where I thought it was until today when I saw it on the other side of the building.
It actually was moved a couple months ago. Guys, the story is that showroom that's supposed to be main entrance to Yanni Design Studio, that was original plan. And then during of the COVID, we realized that we can use that place for event space too after we fix and we bring it to condition as it is. So we decided that the main entrance for Yanni Design Studio will be on the side of the building, and the entrance to Canvas, that's going to be the name of the venue, will be on the corner. Okay, so right now I apply for a permit to do Yanni Design Studio signage, which is on the side of the building. And as soon as, God willing, we will approve everything and I will have permission to do the COVID, I will apply for a next sign, which will be for canvas.
Okay, just remember, this is incidental to your main business.
It's, again, when I bought this building, I didn't think that I will do events over there. And that's why we built that showroom as a showroom. And the story is that my clients who start to visit my showroom, they realize that it's a beautiful place, and I start to have requests like, hey guys, can I rent it for my wedding? Can I rent it for my engagement party? Can I rent it for
Right.
ABC? Yeah, and that's
But
why we...
I'm just concerned that this is now becoming a banquet hall with, I don't know if how the signage will come into play. It's just my thought.
Marcia, let me ask you a question. Am I allowed to have like two signs on a building?
Well, that's what I'm saying, we have to look at that. And I know you put some other stuff on the side of the building as well, the greenery, that would normally require approval by the Plan Commission. So we'd have to look at that. There's only a certain amount of square footage you're allowed to cover on the building, so for signage and.
Okay, that...
Yeah,
okay.
so we have to look into that. And again, there's primary and secondary business, so that might be a topic for another discussion.
And again, guys, I can promise you one thing, I'll follow rules and regulations. Whatever I'm allowed to do, I will do it. So if I'll have to shrink my signage to something that will be a little bit smaller, I will do it. And I'll just make sure that whatever I'm doing in that building will be by the rules and regulation of the City Hall.
Having two businesses in the same building, how does that affect your county 6B tax break thing?
Once again, my showroom that we have right now, and that's where we will have events, is my showroom Monday through Friday in the normal business hours. Every day I bring dozens of clients to show them what I can do. It's filled with props and decoration. If, for example, you then will decide to use this facility for your birthday party, you will rent it as is with all the decor that we have over there, which is like little drapery, the chandeliers, and like little installation. I have like artificial trees inside, boards of flowers, and on and on. The only thing that will be changed is I can remove the tables, or instead of like 20 tables that I have right now, I will leave only 10 tables that you will need for your party. So that's a quick change. And then the next day, everything goes back, and this room will be used as a showroom for Yanni Design Studio. My temporary showroom will be dismantled because I need more space for my production. So where you see right now temporary showroom, it will be given to my artificial floral department.
Okay, but that still didn't answer my question regarding the Cook County tax break, the 6B tax break that you got.
I am using this building the way that I'm gonna be using that building the same way that I was using before. You will let me to use that, so I really hope that it's not gonna reflect my 6B.
Well, you are using it differently up to 365 days a year. If you're gonna have events, I don't know exactly how the 6B thing works, but.
That's managed by Cook County, so I'm not entirely sure.
Okay.
It is for industrial use properties, so, and those properties being used primarily as industrial uses, so.
Okay.
We'll be turning on that primarily.
Yeah. And primarily I'm using that as my main business, which is industrial and creating the props and everything else. Just after business hours, on the holidays and on the weekends, it will be used for something else. And again, guys, I hope you understand, it's not going to be used 365 days.
No, I know.
I hope it will be, but we all know how economy works.
All right, so as far as the parking, you've got 100 maximum parking spaces.
Correct.
If you're still running your operations during the day, your regular staff that are building things and making arrangements and all that, are they all going to be gone before any event happens? Because otherwise, they'd have to be in that count too.
Okay. I'm doing my best to have enough employee to not overspend money on overtime. As you understand, if I pay you $20 an hour in a normal time, I'll have to pay you almost $30 for overtime. So I'm watching to make sure that most of my employee not gonna go over 40 hours a week, which means that their working day, which start at like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, depending on different department, will be done at 4, 5, maximum 6 p.m. So 99% of the time, 6 p.m., my building is empty. That's the employee of Yanni Design Studio. Yes, during of the events, it will be additional, like a wait staff, chef, or something else. And yes, they will take a little space from my parking spot.
All right. Any other questions from the commission? Nothing down there? Anything down here? Marcy, anything else that we might have missed? Now, you said they could park on the street, or?
I mean, we can't stop people from parking on the street. If it becomes a problem and the police are finding that people are parking on the street for your events, then that's going to be a problem in the business license aspect. But, you know, you'll be reporting prior to the events how many people are coming. You know, if you go over that capacity, again, this is all going to be tied to his special use and his business license. So we're accounting, you know, that's how that's how community development can control it. If there's a problem with parking on the street, that's going to be with the police.
And the cap on the amount of people is tied to the on-site parking, right?
Correct, and even though there's valet parking, they can only park in spaces. They can't do like valet parking where they block all the spaces up and stuff. It's still just regular parking spaces.
Yeah. But let me mention something. My experience with events, a lot of people, they do not want to come at the event in their own cars because they know that they're going to be drinking. And I'm in contract in Western Hotel. For my clients, they will provide a special rate, which is pretty much parents of the bride, bridal party, bride and groom most likely will stay in a Western Hotel. And Western Hotel will provide a shuttle service back and forward, so that X amount of cars. I know that a lot of event spaces in a city, they have zero parking because a lot of people come by Uber or something else. And I see that more, like when I go somewhere, I rather Uber, I rather spend another like $30 on an Uber than drive my car at midnight after a couple beers.
Yeah, that's a good.
So my expectations that my parking lot will be more than big enough for amount of people that I will have.
All right, now, Marcy, I guess we can go through the conditions.
Okay, number 1, any assembly event use shall be limited to Monday through Friday after 6 p.m., Saturday and Sunday and holidays. Number 2, all entities providing for the service of food and/or alcohol shall have all associated Village of Wheeling business license, liquor license, and any other applicable licensing prior to any such services provided. Number 3, all assembly event uses shall occur within the building to limit the impacts on the adjacent properties. Number 4, the business license for Yanni Design Studio shall be updated to reflect the accessory assembly event use, which an application shall be submitted to the Community Development Department no later than April 30th, 2022. Prior to the issuance of an updated business license, all non-permitted signage shall be removed or a complete application for sign permit shall be submitted to the Community Development Department for any permanent signage at the subject property. All temporary signage shall be removed in compliance with Title 21 of the Wheeling Municipal Code. Number 5, the area of the floor plan labeled as temporary showroom shall not be used for assembly hall event space and shall only be used as a display showroom area for Yanni Design Studios. Number 6, the total attendance of the assembly hall event space shall not exceed a maximum of 300 people at any given time or event, which shall also include all event staff. And number 7, the petitioner shall provide an updated list of assembly hall events and total attendees to the Community Development Department on a monthly basis in order to ensure compliance with the above stated condition regarding the 300-person maximum capacity total.
So they're going to be expected to report every event they have to community development?
Yes.
You understand that?
We will need to create system. How do I report? Do I report that month or something yet? But I'm sure that we will be able to work with you, Marcy, to create a system, yeah. But I do understand it, yes.
Okay. All right, if there's no other questions, I would entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Berkey and Commissioner Heiken?
Yep.
Commissioner Berkey?
Yes.
Commissioner Heiken?
Yes.
Commissioner Blanova?
Yes.
Commissioner Sprague is a yes. Commissioner Riles?
Yes.
Chairman Johnson?
I'm going to say no, but I'm only one vote, and it passes.
Yes, it does.
Okay, so this will go before the village board. Let's see. It's in April 4th.
Okay.
So that is the next step.
And Marcy, let me know if I need to prepare any paperwork before that or anything else.
Okay.
Okay. Guys,
Good
thank
luck.
you very much. Appreciate it. Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Thank you very much.
Good luck to you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Oh, we need a motion to close 2022-03.
So moved.
Second.
Sprague and Berkey.
Yep.
Commissioner Sprague is a yes. Commissioner Berkey?
Yes.
Commissioner Blanova?
Yes.
Commissioner Heiken?
Yes.
Commissioner Riles?
Yes.
Chairman Johnson?
Yes. All right, docket 2022-11. What? Oh. Evening. 2022-11, final plat of subdivision for, did I get this right, DiCosola?
Very close to DiCosola, yes.
Okay. Estates at 747 South Elmhurst Road. Ms. Nyes.
We've seen this a couple meetings ago.
Yep.
For the preliminary plat, and now it's just coming back for final plat. It was, preliminary plat was approved at the last village board meeting. And if you squint your eyes, you can see the final plat right here. And there's just one condition that prior to submitting the final plat to the recorder's office for recording, the impact fees shall be submitted pursuant to the Wheeling Municipal Code.
What does that mean? Just
So
for the
the-
audience at home.
So the impact fees are, for each lot, they're assessed fees that have to be paid to the school district or the library.
Oh, okay.
Or park district, and so those get paid before it gets recorded.
Okay. Anything from you?
No, sir.
Okay. How about the commission? Any questions on this? I mean, we pretty much approved this already, but Commissioner Sprague.
Just curious when you're planning on getting in the ground?
I'd like to do it by the end of the year.
End of the year?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Nope. Okay. Marcy read the condition already, so motion to approve.
So moved.
Berkey?
Second.
Heiken?
Got it. Commissioner Berkey?
Yes.
Commissioner Heiken?
Yes.
Commissioner Blanova?
Yes.
Commissioner Sprague is a yes. Commissioner Riles?
Yes.
Chairman Johnson?
Yes. Start
So-
digging.
Thank you very much.
So
Appreciate
you
it.
will
Good
also
luck.
go to the April 4th Village Board meeting for final approval.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Approval of minutes, the regular meeting of March 9th, 2022, including findings of fact for docket numbers 2022-02, 2022-05, and 2022-06. Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Waiting for somebody else to.
Berkey and Heiken?
Yep,
Yeah.
Dynamic duo.
Batman and Robin.
Commissioner Berkey?
Yes.
Commissioner Heiken?
Yes.
Commissioner Blanova?
Yes.
Commissioner Sprague abstains. Commissioner Riles?
Yes.
Chairman Johnson?
Yes. Other business. Ms. Nyes, you got anything?
Nope.
No.
I can't think of anything.
Nothing new opened recently, or?
I heard Crumble opened and they were giving away free cookies.
Yes, they did.
Yes,
So
they did.
I did not get one.
Well, you gotta show up at these events.
I know. No, that's all I know about.
Right. Commissioner Heiken, anything?
Nothing from me, thank you.
Commissioner Berkey?
Nothing from me, thanks.
Mallory, you got anything?
Nope, nothing for me.
We all skip you. Commissioner Riles?
I have nothing, thank you.
Commissioner Blanova?
A little surprise. That's my last meeting, I
Speak
guess.
up.
I guess that's my last meeting. And it's pretty sad. I don't want to leave, but I'll be honest with you, I don't want to leave. It was amazing 5 years. Amazing experience, and I'm so proud to be a part of it. So proud of, like, there's so many changes. I moved to this country in 2003, and Wheeling was my first place to live until this year. So, but yeah, it was an amazing journey. Really proud to be part of it. Thank you.
Thank you for your service. Commissioner Sprague?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, hate to see you go. Congratulations to you, though, and good luck to your future. I enjoyed sitting next to you on the commission.
Yeah, it's fun times.
That's all I have.
Thank you.
And I have nothing tonight. Anything from the fire department? Since you came out,
No, we don't, nothing,
nothing big happening? Okay.
no, not really.
I hear there's a new fire station in the works.
Yeah, I think the planning and stuff, I'm sure Marcy probably might have more than I would know, but
I'm sure we'll see part of it at some point.
Yep.
yeah.
And that's going to be like over by,
The water tower on
Jimenez,
McHenry,
yeah.
if it works out, if engineering says it can go there, I guess.
and pretty much the same design as the other one?
I think just a little smaller, though.
little smaller?
Won't be as big.
Good. Look forward to that. Be closer to my house. All right, if there's nothing else, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Oh, now you speak.
That was him.
Second.
Commissioner Heiken.
Give him the second.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.